I think in the interests of keeping everything on time and allowing Alan Burnett get to the airport on time, we better get started. So it gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to this inaugural Blood Cancer Network Ireland Symposium. You can see here on this slide all the different partners from an academic and funding point of view that are involved in this new network. I'm just going to give you a very brief introduction, but first of all, just let me welcome you all to Galway. This is on a somewhat sunnier day, what Galway is like. So anyway, moving on, what is the Blood Cancer Network and who are we? Well, we're a group of investigators from around the country, from Galway, Dublin and Cork, with a shared interest in blood cancers. And we have a very importantly strong industry support for this initiative, and this is crucial, and I want to thank all of the industry partners who have helped us get this show on the road, and who, without whom this symposium wouldn't be possible. The programme, we'll discuss this in a little more detail later, is around developing early phase clinical trial capacity, a biobank and a registry around blood cancers. And this was our launch earlier this year, in rather last November, where we had Rob O'Connor from the Cancer Society, Mark Ferguson, the Director General of SFI, and Damien English, the Minister for Research, Science and Innovation, I think is his title, along with myself and a patient. And of course, the patient is at the centre of all of this activity, so we should never forget that. So we started out as being 3 sites in Galway, Cork and St James's Hospital in Dublin, and recently we've delighted to have a couple of associate sites join us, the Mater and Beaumont Hospital, so really strengthening the network. So I really just want to thank you all for coming here, to thank all our supporters and guests, and hopefully you'll enjoy the symposium. So now, without further ado, I'd like to call on Alan Burnett to give the first talk. So Alan is no stranger to Galway. Back in the 80s, Alan provided a very important service to patients from Galway. In fact, when he was in Glasgow, he performed allogeneic transplants on patients from the west of Ireland that required this. And the people of Galway have, as Alan knows, have been ever grateful ever since. But in many other ways, Alan has been very, very, very helpful to me and to my colleagues here in developing things. Alan, in terms of his academic prowess, really needs no introduction. He is a recipient of the Ham Wasserman Award, and gave a lecture at ASH a number of years ago, which is basically ASH's way of recognising people outside of the US who have made a very distinguished contribution to haematology. And Alan has been a key global leader in the development of clinical trials in AML. So Alan, I'd like to welcome you to Galway to give a talk. Thanks very much.